Heavy security presence outside the Federal High Court, Abuja, is indicative of the magnitude of the case at hand. Inside the court, years of legal battle is culminating to the judgment in the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The defendant is in the court with his friends and family ahead of the commencement of the proceeding. At the beginning of the hearing, the judge dismissed 3 fresh motions filed by Kanu for lacking merit. Kanu had argued that the court could not proceed with the judgment for the day because he was yet to file his final written address. Things quickly degenerated as Kanu accused the judge of being biased, claiming that he did not know the law.
It's a court of law. I'm under trial. I'm under trial. I have to speak. I'm under trial and I have to speak. Listen to me. Listen to me, please. I'm under trial. I'm under trial.
Please use the microphone.
I'm under trial. And I must address the court. Wait. No, listen to me. Please. The judge must listen to me. No, wait. Wait. I'm asking a very simple question. No, wait. Please. Look, this is Supreme Court. Wait, hold on. This Supreme Court here. Hold on a second. I said, hold on. May you please your lordship?
Following the outburst, Justice Omotosho ordered his removal from the courtroom and subsequently suspended the proceeding for a while.
Any judgment, let it be on record. Any judgment in this court is rubbish. Ask him where is the law. Ask Omotosho, where is the law?
They resumed the hearing after the recess, which lasted less than 5 minutes. The trial judge continued the judgment with Kanu in absentia.
Since 2015, I hold without hesitation.
The judge held that the threats of violence and killings, including the declaration of sit at home in Nigeria's southeast region in the defendant's broadcasts, constituted acts of terrorism. He was subsequently found guilty and convicted on counts 1 and 2.
I called my noble lord M.L. Gabak, JSC.
He was also found guilty and convicted for belonging to IPOB, which had been proscribed, and its affiliate, the Eastern Security Network.
They are disengaged to act as legal consultants.
Justice Omotosho held that his many broadcasts incited his followers to violence, which resulted in the killing of security personnel and the destruction of properties, including police stations.
The defendant was not on the manifest.
While convicting Kanu on all the 7 counts charges, the judge held that the prosecution had sufficient credible evidence to establish a case against him. He added that the court had no option than to believe the evidence of the prosecution, since the defendant failed to enter his defense but chose to gamble by resting his case on that of the prosecution.
This, in the case of Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Nnamdi.
Before the sentencing, the prosecution counsel asked the court to pass a death sentence on the defendant.
Prescribed for the offenses in counts 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 is death penalty.
However, a member of the House of Representatives pleaded for clemency.
I plead for mercy. I plead for clemency, and I appeal for peace and for stability of not just the Southeast, but as well as Nigeria.
The justice subsequently sentenced him to life imprisonment on counts 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
There are instances where a person commits.
He was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without an option of fine for counts 3, which relates to the offense of belonging to a proscribed terrorist group.
Restrictions, authorizations.
For count 7, which borders on his unlawful importation of a radio transmitter for the purpose of furthering the activities of Radio Biafra, which was not registered in Nigeria, the judge sentenced him to 5 years imprisonment without an option of fine.
Power and authority or jurisdiction on court.
The judge noted that Kanu had been unruly all through the trial and said the law allowed the courts to sentence him to death for the terrorism offenses. But being a Christian, he chose to be merciful to the defendant.
by pronouncement, take away.
Justice James Omotosho further ordered that Nnamdi Kanu be kept in a protective custody in any part of the country, but not in Kuje Prison, Abuja, and that the radio transmitter be forfeited to the federal government.
Meanwhile, reactions have trailed the sentence of the life imprisonment handed to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. While the Prosecution Council applauds the court's verdict, the defense has vowed to appeal the judgment in all superior courts. Our correspondent Emanuela Ekele reports.
The trial of Nnamdi Kanu marks a major point in the administration of criminal justice, and the prolonged legal battle comes to a head, at least for now, following the delivery of the judgment by the Federal High Court. The Prosecution Council considers the judgment as a lesson for anybody who is causing trouble in the country, maintaining that nobody is greater than the nation.
Today, for seeing the end of this, and let it be a warning to those who may think they are bigger than Nigeria. Nigeria is bigger than every one of us. The law is bigger than every one of us. And the law will take its course to deal with miscreants, to deal with terrorists, to deal with criminals. You know, all of us are victims when we keep quiet. All of us are victims when we don't do what we ought to do. Therefore, let everybody be a Nigerian.
The defendant plans to appeal the judgment and urges the authorities to make Kanu accessible for the filing of the appeal, while calling for calm among his supporters.
From here, we are heading to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal is the only court in this country, or the next court in this country, that sits as a jury. We are going to approach the justices there to check out what happened in court today. And we are pretty sure the justices will agree with us that today was the symbol of the travesty of justice that everybody has been suspecting all along. If the Court of Appeal disagrees with us, we head to the Supreme Court. But by God Almighty, Nnamdi Kanu is not going to stand convicted. Not at all. Is going to get overturned.
I also want to plead with judiciary. Nnamdi Kanu is representing himself because the court has given the prosecution a blanket order to detain Nnamdi Kanu wherever they want. They should detain Nnamdi Kanu where he will have access to file his appeal, because he has 90 days to file his appeal. And the judge said that the judgment will be ready in the next 15 minutes.
For now, many are expecting to know the protective custody where he would be kept. Emanuela Ekele, Channels Television News.